Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Garden. I'm Jeremy. And if you haven't done so already, get out, dig in, and feel your worries melt away. It's windy today again. Does that during the fall time. So my worries might blow away. Not sure. But what I need out here on the front porch is a coffee table. I don't need anything big. I just need something big enough to be able to put down a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, and something to put my plant on that isn't wobbly because it's plastic furniture. So if it does get really windy out here, I always have to make sure that my pots are not on these little tiny tables so that they will blow over and break. Now this one isn't too bad, but it's got a lot of weight and it's on a small little stool. It's actually a wooden stool. But what I have is some old wood that used to frame some privacy curtains at the old spa. But the spa no longer exists. So I'm going to build a table. It's just going to be 3 boards wide, so it's not going to be very wide. But as you can see, I have pots out here. Right now I have tomato plants that need to be supported better. I put string running down through them. But with this wind, they're really waving around. So I'm going to have to support those as well. But I'll do that later. Right now I'm going to finish putting this table together. So that's just sort of, it's not that tall. This is just the side pieces. But along with the recycling thing, is there's an old 2x4 out in the carriage house. It's well used. As you can see, some of it's kind of hashed out there. But you know what, it's fine. It goes nice, it'll be nice out here, it'll be just fine. But this right here is a real gem. This is an actual, handsaw, not mechanical blade type thing, but this is a rough sawn, actual 2x4. We call these things 2x4s. When you go down and buy a stud, we call them a 2x4. They're not 2x4. They're not. This is a 2x4. As you can see, quite a bit difference. So this we just call 2x4s because that's what we originally called them, and this is how big they actually were. So this is absolutely awesome. I love it. This probably is actually part of the original carriage house at some point, or at least part of the main house, which was built in 1870. So this at least will have some history above and beyond. But I wish I had all 4 of them, but this was all I had. There was enough scrap to cut off to make this. So we'll take what we can get. So one leg will be really cool. In the meantime, let's see, this one here has a screw in it. Okay, I'll have to deal with that in a minute. For the moment, what I'm going to do is I will probably need to cut some of this sound out. Okay, if I do that, needs some bit of support. Now this does not need to be fancy. I'm not doing something exacting. This is something kind of old-fashioned and recycled. And that's what I want it to look like. To just be old-fashioned and recycled. A little bit of patina. As long as it's mostly flush, I'll be perfectly happy. And I might paint it or stain it or some such. It's already stained, except for the legs. So I might give it another coat of, I believe this is a dark ebony stain. It was very zen in the spa. Zen and outdoorsy. So you kind of had a little bit of nature to relax to. So for the moment, I'm just sticking one nail in. This is a rough design I came up with on the fly in order to work with what I actually had to work with, which is if I was working with new material, I'd be a little more exact, but I don't need to be. So basically, these pieces here, including the one that I need to get rid of the screw out of, will basically go on here. This piece will go in the center as support. And then that'll be all right. That will be all right. Yes. So you know, I actually need to grab a different bit, I believe, for that screw, so I'll be right back. I might have to cut this if the vocals go away. I apologize. I'm walking through my house to get a different bit. And I may need a few more nails as well to just kind of do a temp up. Okay, so there's that. And there's that, and should be good. Impromptu carpentry. Impromptu carpentry. Gotta love it. Okay, so this thing here, yeah, I need, yeah. Well, maybe I can get the, I'll try with this bit. I don't know if it's the right bit. It almost looks like it's a regular Phillips, so it's got some wood putty. wood filler putty in there. See, this, when it was built new, made sure it looked good. I have no idea. Is that a Phillips? It is a Phillips. It's just got some wood putty in it. I know some of the side screws were those hex head screws. Dang. Not good, not good. Impromptu carpentry. There we go. Okay. Holy cow. So, there should be right there. We're even doing this overkill with a giant 28 framing hammer. Definitely overkill, but I'm also fine with it. Okay, so that's the end bit. And I will definitely have to probably mute out the hammering sounds in post, unless this microphone happens to be like magic. If there's any discrepancies along the edge, I can sand them out. Whew. Okay, I'm excited. It's warm out though. Definitely warm out. This piece here is twisted. But that's okay. That's what gives it character. This one is warped that way. Holy cow, this is going to be a tough one. I might need to turn away from the camera so I can use my legs to hold this in. To put this piece here. Whew. Okay, so in case you're wondering why I put this between this and my leg, is because otherwise when I'm hammering it down, it's going to go on this board on the side and I could pinch my leg. So this way, nothing to pinch. Only thing it's going to try to pinch is this little scrap of wood here. So that is why I did that. Now, the question is, I don't suppose I have my tape measure, do I? Of course not. Why would I have my tape measure? This is impromptu carpentry. That looks accurate, but I'm going to go grab the tape measure. So you're following me again. Okay. Yeah, darn, it is getting warm. It is time to enjoy a glass of wine. Where did I do that? There it is. It is time to enjoy a glass of wine on the front porch. Oh yeah. Okay, so in case the mic cut out, actually I don't think it did. I've tested it, it runs pretty good. So that says 28 to that side. Ooh, and that says almost 28 to that side. So if we split the difference, so that it's 28 and a half on the center. All right, pretty good eyeball. And then just a little thump that way. And there we go. That should be good. Okay, so what I'll probably do is stick 2 in the side. By 2 on the side, I mean 1 on this side and 1 on this side. Okay. Voila. So now okay, everybody, this is looking good. Looking real good. All right, so this will be Well, I was going to try to prop it up, but let's just do it this way. Okay, so I need oh gosh darn it. Two of the wrong bits. Amazing. Two of the wrong bits, of course. Impromptu carpentry. Okay. Make sure this thing is still recording. It says it is. I stopped it for a second and restarted it. I don't know. Sometimes getting the files off is a huge pain in the butt. Okay, there's already a hole drilled right here. Okay. So there we go. One nice and solid leg. Yeah, well, we'll get it started first. Jesus. As long as it's butted up flush against the top and my cuts are the same, should be just fine. Smack that a little bit more. All right. should have done this to begin with. That's what some of you out there in carpentry land are saying. Now, my piece of history. Let's see, let's put that down there like that. Yeah. My piece of history. I love it. Wait. Yeah. Because I could have put some of that other piece over there. Because I had enough to cut the 3 pieces off the one board. I had that scrap piece that I wasn't to use for my 4th leg. But then when I saw this beauty, I had to add it. Had to add it. So it's a little bit of history of the house and a little bit of history of the spa all rolled into one. Because all these pieces, even these end pieces, are part of the spa. So this is unknown when these are at least over 20 years old since before the purchase of the house. And not too bad. It definitely needs a little, maybe a support. No, it doesn't really need a support here. The idea is to have it out here, somewhere where I can still walk in comfortably. Put a plant on. That is so much better. All right. So much better. Let's put this one over here. Then we can use this one over here. So they're not going to blow off. It'll take a lot of wind to blow those off. So yeah, pretty happy. Pretty happy. I'll add some more screws and stuff like that to support it better so it's not so wobbly, but I just wanted to get it up so I could do a little video and share it with you and go from there. In the meantime, you know what I think? I think it's time for one more journey on this impromptu carpentry. One more journey. Grab this, this, okay. Wine glass. This is a Peter Gajewski. It's a 2019 Shiraz. Peter Gajewski is from South Australia, so this wine is from South Australia. A little Shiraz sounds good. Okay, get started. I know a lot of people sniff the cork. Smells the same as the bottle. Okay. Well, Peter Gajewski from South Australia. 2019 Shiraz. Now that, I like that. That's a good Shiraz. I don't find a lot of Shiraz at my local store, so I usually have to buy online. But it's the first time I've ever had this one, and pretty good. And I can put my feet up. My beautiful worn out shoes and worn out socks, because they're my garden stuff. It's my garden gear. I'm not dressing up for the garden. Oh wow, that is good. It's like around 80 degrees today. There's a nice little, light little breeze. And this is good. This is what the garden's all about. And now I got a little piece of history that was otherwise literally just sitting and rotting out in the carriage house, being used for nothing. It's not pretty. It's used. It's well used. But it's got a story. And I bet your garden has a story as well. So this is my story. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. I'm Jeremy, and this is my garden. Thanks for watching.